Dear students, there have been a lot of people who are now to leave for their SSBs and they want to know something about group discussion. Let me explain you that. What is group discussion and why it is conducted? In the screening process, I want to tell you that. See, in the screening process, the first thing they did was they checked your certificate. Then in second stage, what they did, they checked your reasoning power. Reasoning ability is important because if you will not understand, what will you do? What will you speak? What will you work? So that is why reasoning test was also checked. If you are a sharp person to understand what is being said and thereafter do it appropriately, I think you are fine. You can be trained. Reasoning ability is the direct parameter for training ability. जो रीजनिंग ठीक से करेगा स्कोर, उसको सिखाया जा सकता है. कई लोग परिवार बनाते हैं, उनकी जो बहू आई या बेटा है वो खुद पहले से अड़ियल है, ऐसी परिस्थिति में परिवार नहीं चल पाएगा. क्यों नहीं चल पाएगा? क्योंकि वो सीखेंगे नहीं, वो अपने को ही सही मानेंगे. इसीलिए कई बार बड़े बड़े परिवारों में, अभी हाल ही में एक अगर आपको उदाहरण दे, इफ आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल, Lalu Prasad Yadav's family and Mulayam Singh Yadav's family had a marriage together. Two prominent families getting together. Maybe that could have been a strong place. But the culture which they teach of dominating, both of them were dominating, so the marriage could not last. Why? Non-trainable. सिखाया ही नहीं जा सकता, एक दूसरे को फ्लेक्सिबल होंगे ही नहीं. They will play for the king role, both of them fighting for a kingdom which does not exist. वो उस किंगडम के लिए लड़ रहे हैं जिसकी कोई वजूद ही नहीं, और अगर मिल जाए तो किंगडम बन जाए. पर ईश्वर ने, खुदा ने, क्राइस्ट ने एक ऐसा दुनिया बना रखी है जिसमें इतने हम बंदरों को मानव बना दिया, पर बंदरपन नहीं छोड़ा. The monkey thing is still in us. And the people who leave this monkey behind become great officers. Because they're wiser, they are really human beings. Anyway, coming back to the point, when you do that readout, they pick up your speaking power, they pick up your power of expression. You can do nothing if you don't have the speaking power. And always remember, behind the speaking power, there is one more hidden power. That is the thinking power. Because when I speak, I should be able to speak something relevant. I can't come and speak, no, I can't do it. Because if I do that, what will happen? There is no acceptance, there is no message, there is no knowledge. Rather, my speaking will go against me. So always remember, the first thing they have checked your organized screening test, because in that certificates many of you are lying something or you are careless. They identify, they find everything is fine, they allow you. Then they go for reasoning test, they allow you. Then they come for story writing test, they identify your psychology, because in your story writing you will reflect a thought process. They will come to know how original that picture is, how relevant that picture is to the picture shown to you, how relevant the story is to the picture shown to you, how original your story is with relevance to the picture, how your thought processes, everything is identified by the psychologist in a small glance. Deep study will follow after stage 2, in stage 2, sorry. Clear, not clear? Everyone? Now, once they have cleared this, now you go down to group discussion. Why group discussion? First you have to understand that. Group discussion has been created to see your sense of leadership, sense of cooperation, sense of communication, sense of analysis, analytical power. Because when you have to correlate and create consensus, consensus means सहमति बनानी है, तो बुद्धि भी तो लगानी होगी, तर्क लगाना होगा कि नहीं. So that is what they check. Are you able to do that? Now, while you are analyzing, there are two things to understand. One, what is the objective of analysis? To come to a common story. Common story banani. What is the objective of the analysis? to be relevant also in this common story, कि भाई story जो बन रही है वो तस्वीर और बाकी लोगों के हिसाब से तार्किक और logical हो, it should be logical. So this is also very important. If you don't do that, what will happen? They will realize that you are going wrong. Yes or no? So everything taken into consideration, they expect you to have the power of speaking also, the power of tact also. Now you can't use your speaking, everybody is silent. No, not allowed in group discussion. You got to manage them all. And even if you say everybody is silent, nobody is going to get silent. There is a full chance that you'll pick up quarrel, you'll pick up fight, and the result will be zero. Clear, not clear? Understood? So this is something which you all have to understand in group discussion. So when you show that behavior of group discussion, everybody realizes that you're doing a wonderful job. Clear, not clear? Yes or no? So this is something which you have to understand. Now in group discussion, there are methods you already learned. There are some people who are dominative. In group discussion, they try to prove their story, everything. I am right. There are some people who suggest their points and logically come to conclusion. They are assertive, but they are logical. So they are able to accommodate, adapt and convince. वो ना ही अपने आप को स्थापित करते हैं बल्कि दूसरी परिस्थिति में डालते हैं और दूसरों को कन्विंस करके लाते हैं. They come to a common point. Is it clear to all of you? So now we come down to the last person. They are very submissive. They feel they are cooperative. Actually, they are not cooperative. They are agreeing with everything. They are looking confused. They have no leadership quality. They are followers, but they are not leaders. So we want a mixture of both. If you have a mixture of both, oh, you are going to be a brilliant person. You know what army officers are supposed to do? They have to sometimes lead, and they sometimes have to be in the middle, and sometimes in the back. When you are a very senior officer, you may be sitting in the front position. When you are a middle officer, you will be in the middle position. When you are junior officer, you will be sitting in the last position. Am I right? Yes, behind that also there will be truths, but this is the truth. Clear? Yes or no? So now if somebody thinks that when I walk there, I'm going to become directly a general, I'm sorry to say, no. So sometimes being silent, sometimes being speaking, the balance is to be learned. We are coming up with a communication class, we are coming up with a lecture thing. We have already put the book in the Amazon. Today in the afternoon, we will give you a small display of how the book is all about so that you can learn how to use it. The book can be a good directive if you use it intelligently. But don't copy the book. Understand the book so that you can create a new version of yourself which is more logical, more intelligent, and most important, most relevant and trainable, adaptable, evolving, and superb. It will be lovely to have great officers in you. I have seen many people evolve here. We've already contributed 1,000+ officers. All of them are doing brilliantly well, not because we directed them, because they learned well. They learned well, they applied well, they evolved well, and they're a better version than what we taught them. They're much, much, much better version than we were, than what we could teach them. Is it clear? Understood to all? Understood? Yes or no? So now coming to the point, group, let's go to the group discussion part. The group discussion has a defined goal. I'm going to explain you this. Yes, we are going to update the app also with all the version, but that will happen later. Right now, enjoy the class. Has a defined goal to come to a common story. It is important to know that it is not to advocate one's own story. There are many people who think, okay, group discussion means I have to convince the group that my story is the best and it should be conclusive story. There are some people who have made their conclusive story as the conclusive story, yet they were screened out. इसके बावजूद कि वो अपनी स्टोरी को कंक्लूसिव बना गए, फिर भी स्क्रीन्ड आउट हो गए. व्हाई? बिकॉज वी आर नॉट लुकिंग एट दैट एस्पेक्ट. We are looking at creating a common story. In common story, please try to understand something yours, something there, something this. Not as a cutting down with a, what do we call that? Scissors and create a razzmatazz. But it should be logical. Is it clear? Means something sensible of this idea, somebody sensible, somebody, and combine it together. Got it? Yes or no? So this is something. Advocate. The candidate is expected to logically communicate. Assimilate. Assimilate means add. Compromise, logically conclude, and convince for a common goal. Thus the common story would have been modified as a result of including logical points. Now when you add logical points, this, that, this, it becomes a brilliant story. Clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now objective of the group discussion. What is the objective? Purpose क्या है? जानो. निभाओगे तभी when you will know. You will be able to participate, you will be able to execute only when you know. What is the purpose of marriage? The purpose of marriage is to create a small, nice social organization where you, two people, will become the future section of the family, including your parents, their parents, and everyone. This is how the society grows. That is the purpose. Second, the second purpose of marriage is to give protection to the children and then help them to create their own setup. Yes or no? Marriage is not for physical satisfaction. It is not. Some people are wrongly taking it, and as a result of which they are still wandering in the jungle. Marriage is not for emotional support alone. Yes, that would be a wonderful thing. There are many people who are living tough lives, but they are carrying in because their purpose, objectivity of marriage, of that social responsibility is very clear. But yes, if you get that emotional support, you give the emotional support. Sometimes people take, but they don't give. But still there are responsible people. So always it's an objective has to be understood. Similarly, objective of the group discussion. वो समझिए. Objective of the group discussion is not to convince your story that this is the right story, as it is often misunderstood. Many people fight with this. My story is the best. Let it be the best. It is the best. What are you doing? You have to work as a team. So even if your story is very good, if some few suggestions are coming, you can add it up relevantly to make it better, more better, or use your some part of the story in those stories. Use other stories part also to make the story much better. Why don't you understand that? Imagine you are sitting as a family and you have to create a home. Do you think your decision will matter? No. Everyone's matters. That means your father will be having a plan that he will make a room like this. Your mother will be having a plan. You will be having a plan. Your sister probably will have a plan. You will be also planning a guest room. You will be planning a library, other room, whatever, as per your resources. Yes or no? Yes or no? Clear? So that is what they are looking at. So when you know that your purpose is to get everything together, then where is the problem? The problem is when you do not realize that you are pushing. Don't do it. Be cooperative also. Learn the style, you will do better. The tactful management of focusing on logic and common sense is very important. What is common sense? Common sense is that when we participate in SSB, the other team members of the group, what have they come for? To see you succeed. Come on, speak up. What have they come for? They have come for their success. Yes, if you also succeed or all of them succeed, they'll be very happy. Yes or no? Nobody has come there to see your success. But that does not mean that you have to cut them into pieces. If you all work as a team, they also get the assurance they will cooperate more because they are looking for their success. And this has been very beautifully explained in a book called Leadership by General Shibba Saab. General Shibba has been a very wise person, and he has included a lot of studies from Bhagavad Gita, other books, and with all the religious texts also, including some references from Quran and others also, where he has said that leadership requires a good understanding of getting things together. So do you understand this? The objective, what is it? And tactful management. Now we come down. Candidates should not become restless. There are many people, when they are opposed, they say, how dare you speak in front of me? I mean, this is not your home. There are people who will oppose you. It is natural they will oppose you. If you have done the duty of a house captain, school captain, class monitor, you'll find there was opposition, but you managed it. You convinced them. You made them friendly, yes or no? You didn't carry a revolver in the school that don't oppose me, see this revolver. No, you did not. You convinced them. You logically managed, yes or no? But there are some people who have been pampered by the children who think, how dare you? How dare you means you can dare anything and I am not supposed to dare you. How foolish. How foolish. You misbehave and you expect nobody will misbehave. I'm sorry. So you sow, so you reap. Always remember, do not become restless. Who becomes restless? The people who are pampered, who think they're always right. They create all the earthly chaos in the world. Go back to history. See, every ruler, great ruler, died an early death because they over-exceeded their systems. If they died because of some illness, unfortunate, but mostly they overdid it. In any positive sense, negative sense. You may ask me, that day you were talking to me, so Prithviraj Chauhan, why did he die? Because he was also foolish. He is forgiving his enemy again and again. And that person is attacking again and again. So now, when a person is doing, how can you underestimate your enemy who is regularly coming? He will every time come with better preparation. Yes or no? So you cannot underestimate. This was the foolishness of Prithviraj Chauhan also. Though we celebrate him as a Hindu hero, but let me tell you, in certain aspects, his emotionality, his learning, his thought of forgiving was his shortcoming, biggest shortcoming. Forgive once, but not again. And at least forgive the right person. Don't forgive the wrong person. And when you are a king and your people have to pay, then you don't forgive the wrong person once also. Is it clear or not clear? Anyway, now we come down. Sometimes the loud and dominating, excuse me, no, I would like to speak. Now here you should know how to handle that person. Okay, we have understood now, you have already said, now would like to. There are so many tactics where you must have learned how to manage. You don't have to get irritated. Here you are not letting me, don't have that funny expression, neither the thought, neither the expression on the face. Now if you have the thought, beta, it is natural that it will come out in the expression. Suppose I am not liking the way you are behaving, I may show by my eyes that I am feeling like crushing your bones. You may also see it. Others will also see it. So when I have forgiven you forever, then where is the possibility of crushing of bones? Am I right? I forgive, okay. You are a beta, छोटी सी बिटिया हो, तुम बेटे हो. भाई जो भी फौजी भी हैं तो they are now kids. So in that way, so okay. So when I'll have this approach, we'll never. So don't be dominating. Be cool. Be mentally matured. Be polite. Yeah, you have already said. Now, excuse me. And enjoy. Enjoy your discussion. Become matured. Over the period, you can, when you are in the organization, over the period, anybody who is a nuisance, will be identified by everyone in the organization and will be rectified by the organization or will be punished by the organization. So don't fear that. The cheerfulness on the face is very important. Now I make a face, listen to me, listen. Everybody will say, what has happened to him? He's looking so irritating. He's looking so depressed. He's looking so angry. Come on! I'm not going to be Hitler. What did Hitler do? Hitler realized the emotions in the Germans. They were angry. Yes, the Britishers and others had overburdened Germany than they were supposed to after the First World War. They also fought for their ambition. How can you penalize somebody extreme? And they did it opportunistically. As a result, everybody was angry. So within few years, the Germany was ready for the next war. Am I right? Yes or no? Why is America having trouble today? Because America has suppressed everything to that limit that it is bouncing back as a spring. The best thing for the America to do today is to stop doing all this and to somehow accommodate a new world order where he has a bigger role of a cooperative big brother if he wants to. Cooperative. But a big brother who says everybody keep silent will not work when other countries have grown up. You know, when children grow up, you cannot suppress them, you can make them understand. Yes or no? Similarly, when the developing, undeveloped countries have grown up, they cannot be suppressed. They need to be understood. They need to be accommodated. They need to be respected. Am I right? Same thing here. Keep your cheerful face. Be appreciative of others. That is the way you have to go for your group discussion. Now, some traits which are not desirable. Dominative action, which I have told you. Yeah, keep silent. Let me speak. No, we are not looking at that. Subdued proposal. Okay, please listen. No, forget. Sorry. I will take it back. Now, this is not what we are looking at. We don't want you to be so, defensive. That if somebody has said, no, this point, so you say, okay, sorry. Getting the point? They don't want that. Clear? Yes or no? This would also go aggressive behavior. Now, dominative is in terms of sound, in terms of your body tone. Aggressive is, excuse me, listen to me. There are many times you will see in a group discussion, the people sitting next by are tormented. Pareshan kar diye jate bagal wala. I said, listen to me. No, you keep silent. Listen to me. Now this, what are you doing? They are identified. I remember one boy who had come from Indore. The boy was a sweet chap, wise chap, wonderful chap. But unfortunately, the boy had been loved by his parents. But in the process, the boy had become very dominative in his mind. So when he went for a screening process, he found too much shouting. He said, everybody silent. And everybody was shocked. Then he spoke. Now, do you think that was right behavior? No, it was not. The officer screened him out. Why? Because he lost his temper. He lost his cool. He did not realize that he has to manage in those conditions also. Some kind of consensus. निकालना है. सहमति बनानी है. Required behavior of assertive party. Assertive माने अपनी बात रखो. डरो नहीं, चिल्लाओ नहीं, अपनी बात रखो. अब बात के साथ अगर लगे कि ये बात सहमत नहीं है तो थोड़े से घुमा के दूसरी तरह रखो. जो बोलो तार्किक बोलो, कॉमन सेंसिकल बोलो, लॉजिकल बोलो. क्लियर? Methodology of participation. I want to teach this. There are three ways to participate in a group discussion, particularly PPDT. One is majority. If everybody has written some common story, which is like picture is of fire and everybody has written a fire situation. So now you have to just come to a common story. You can suddenly not make it that this is a story about Mars and fire. You'll have to write a fire situation which is from day-to-day life. Yes. Hi, Anna. So when you create that, then in majority, what are you going to do? Well, maximum of us have written this. Why not we make this as a story? We can show that we all did this, thus we did this, thus we did this. Now what will happen? more people will agree to it. Clear? Yes or no? Got it? Yes or no? That's it. Next, clubbing opinions. So there, when you say by majority, that many of us, so you can go by that approach. When everybody has written that story, so the common story will be like that. But yes, you can make improvements. We can show this action, that action, his action, this action, her action, this action, whatever, and make it a better one. This is majority style. Now, clubbing opinions. When somebody has written X story, somebody has written Y story, and somebody has written Z story, and you're getting 3 main or maybe 4 main type of thought process. And you find that 2 or 3 can be logically collected together. Suppose somebody has written about earthquake, somebody has written about a little bit of small fire, and somebody has written about people getting injured. Now all these 3 can be taken together. We can say that due to earthquake, there was a small fire as well as some people were injured. Why not we take this as a common story? तो हमने क्या किया? Club कर दिया. Club माने जोड़ना. Club क्या होता है? What is club? Club is a place where people collect. So you have taken one portion from there, one portion from here, one portion from there, and you join them together. That is clubbing opinion. Is it clear? And so once you do that, automatically you're able to build up consensus. You're able to build up some understanding. Is it clear? That's it. This is clubbing opinion. Then there is step-by-step concluding. What do you mean by step-by-step concluding? Now, if these stories are full of variety, somebody has written this, somebody has written that, somebody, so we can say, okay, let's start. Well, the variety is too much. One has written about, we will have a character like this, and the other has written about this, the other has written about this. Why not we come get it together? We can do this. Clear? Yes or no? So this way, step by step, we are moving forward and we are trying to create a common story. Yes? Understood? So that is called step-by-step concluding, in which you are making effort to create consensus. Maybe you are not successful, but your efforts will be appreciated. आपकी जो प्रयास है उसको सराहा जाएगा, माना जाएगा कि क्या है. Clear? Okay. So have you understood? Now we will talk about participation degree. There are some people who participate in the group discussion once. Excuse me. And they are not able to participate again. That means they are hesitant, they are shy, they are not effective in the group, they do not have ability to influence the group, they have lack of courage, they have lack of sensibility. So I do not appreciate that once can be there. Yes, if it's a fish market situation and you've spoken a very good point which is analytical, everything is included in the very first point, which is offset 10-20 seconds, 10-15 seconds, you've spoken very good, then one can also do the miracle. One can also get you selected because the officer has been able to notice that you speak sensibly, and there after that there was fish market, so he liked your view, he may select you. Is it clear? There are some times when due to fish market, no one spoke, no one could get the guarantee, yet they did a very good narration, they wrote a very good story, they scored well in OIR, they also get screened in. Is it clear? So participation should be there, but it is not compulsion. That does not mean that you don't participate at all, but try your best to participate at least 2. 2 is healthy. 2 discussion is healthy participation. Where one point we have said, then in next point cooperatively we are trying to come for conclusion. One point taken, cooperatively concluded, that becomes twice. Is it clear? Any doubts? Understood? So now this becomes very good. Then comes thrice. If the group is good, group is doing well, everybody is here. If you do too many participation and do not, then people will feel you are dominative in not letting others participate. So if you give 3, you can do that. And the group is active, you can say one more thing, why not we also do this? You can do that. Now please understand, speaking participation does not mean you said, excuse me bus, that is participation. No, excuse me के बाद अगर कोई relevant point दिया है तभी उसको participation माना जाएगा. Is it clear? Understood? Then only it will be considered as participation. Then 4 or 4 plus. When you participate too many times, every time you give 1 point, every time it becomes very dominative. It looks very dominative. Yes, if there are other people, 2, 3, 4 people who are also speaking so many times, and you are getting that there is coming to a consensus, you can do that. Clear? Any doubts? Okay, study that. It's all given in the book. Now in conclusion, points to remember. What do you have to remember? When you are giving conclusion, you have to remember what said, what was the comment. So you can always keep that in mind. If you don't remember who said what or what were the different points, then what will you? You cannot create a new conclusion. If you do that, they will consider that you are not attentive, you are a dominative person who is deliberately trying to control things. वो ये माना जाएगा कि आप जबरदस्ती चीजों को कंट्रोल करने का प्रयास करें. Clear? Not required. Next, way of concluding. When you conclude, you can start, okay, we will serve our group, because it is not your conclusion, it is a group conclusion. So our group wanted in a story that we will start from this, there the person has done this, so then he does this, and thus by these all activities he is able to solve the situation which we saw in the picture. You getting the point? So now what have you shown? You have shown a sense of assimilation, sense of absorption, sense of adaptation, sense of group, sense of leadership. Yes or no? Understood? Now, in case candidates desires to add or object, when somebody, while you are concluding, you have done, right? If you have concluded. But if you have not concluded and the interviewer says, anybody would like to object something, you feel he has missed a major point which was discussed by the group, then you can say, sir, in addition to what he said, don't try to say he told nonsense. Never do that. He says, sir, in addition to whatever he said, if this can also be added, which our group wanted, can be done. Now this will show sense of courage, sense of logical participation, you can do that. But if you feel there is no major point which is left, don't deliberately stand up and create objection. Clear? Yes or no? Suppose you have concluded and somebody gets up and says, sir, this story is on that side, this should not be there, common story can be this. Don't make faces, don't show depression, don't show anger. Realize that it is human nature, people will oppose you, you'll have to be mature to just smile, right? And keep listening very attentively without making any stupid facial expression. Is it clear? Because they will see how you take things of others. Is it clear? And maybe if you make stupid expressions of extreme quality, they may use it as a psychological characteristic of yours and may reject you. Clear? Understood? Okay. Important word of caution. They must, I always say, that is why I have encouraged and I have requested, and your recordings are missing. You start, guys, keep recording, girls, keep recording, so that you will get the, the fear factor will go away and your speaking will become brilliant. You already have a sound, Hitler, Maslany, and what else? Stalin, Lenin, Modi combination in me, right? So many people, all the spirits I have tried to absorb from everyone. So now you have a good enough example where you have to speak with courage, clarity, loudness, do it. Clear, not clear? So do it. So you must, sorry. Arey yaar, tum ja. Now the candidate must attend, because if you don't attend, get out from here. Okay, must attend the camp. Because if you will not, you will hesitate there. And if you have done and there has been a gap, go back to some communication class, maybe an English class, maybe some other place, or go down to certain coachings or certain places, or do it via online. But remove the fear of speaking and develop intelligence by observation, taking good points. If somebody said good point in one of your GD, that does not mean that it is his or her point. It can be used by you also. Is it clear? Okay. Deep revision, we have talked about group discussion. These are points which is repeated. So have to understand, be clear, calm and loud enough Number one is to see the cooperative participation of the candidate. We are not looking at competitive. Competitive means isko galat prove kara, apne ko sahi prove kiya. Na, mil ke. The togetherness. The purpose of the group is to see self-confidence and come forward. Nobody is going to say, please, sir, would you speak? No, nobody is going to do that. So when nobody is going to do that, what are we supposed to do? Come forward. That is initiative. Next, the purpose of the group too is to see social adaptability. There are some people who look with snooty looks to others. Oh, what a character. No, we are not. You have to mix with them. Don't look like an arrogant idiot. Is it clear? Learn to appreciate people, variety. They may have taken bath, may not have taken bath. You are there for a short group discussion. Don't make that, oh my God, this, that. Don't have all these things. If you have wisdom, you will be able to adapt. Next, purpose of the group is to see stress handling. Now, when you are having people opposing, you get irritated. Don't do all this. Be cool and calm. And be in the front portion of the chair, participative, with calmness. Is it clear? Next, intelligence level of the candidate is also seen. How the candidate reasons out is also seen. The purpose is to see the leadership ability. Leadership is like father and a friend who is giving direction but is also friendly, understanding everything. That is the kind of leadership they expect out of you. As a lieutenant, when you begin, this will happen. And moreover, after that, when you go for junior command course, senior command course, and junior higher command, you will learn everything. Is it clear? Understood, not understood? You will learn the evolution part. You're not directly becoming a field marshal. You may start with a connecting line. Do you know what is connecting line? Friends, many people have said this. Why not we do this and this? We can collect this point and this point, and this is a connecting line. I think chess number 7, chess number 19, chess number 25 give very good stories. I think we can combine this together. Friends, as the picture was of a fire, I think the best story for a common story can be of a fire. Yes, we can add elements like somebody has talked about fire, somebody has talked about calling fire brigade, someone has talked about creating human chain, we can combine this together. Friends, as we saw in the picture, 4 people, there were different thought processes. One said this, one said this, one said this. But if we look at the picture carefully, it looks like a public thing. So all these 3 can combine. Why not we do one thing? For a common story, we can pick this issue where we can add this point also and do it. I told you clubbing, yes or no. Do that. Start with a connecting line. That's it. Then you come down. Candidate may administer the group with cooperative word when it becomes cop. When it is becoming chaotic, friend, you also said a wonderful point. Why don't we get it this way? Now, be cooperative doesn't mean to belittle others. You keep silent. First let him speak. Don't try to become a policeman in a group discussion. Because then you will do the mistake of creating fire. Because you have no uniform at that point of time. Policeman is listened because he is wearing a uniform. And he has the power to punish you. You have no power to punish anyone. So don't shout. Yeah, I think this is a good point, that is a good point. I think you already said a nice point. These are all the lines which can create cooperation. Why do people fight? They fight because they want appreciation over others. Yes. They are competitive. They want to prove that you are bullshit. I am great. So, the chaos. So, what is the problem? You have to take it in the line, understand that. Now, candidate may support with a connecting line. Now, suppose somebody said, I think I appreciate chess number 17 has said a very good point. We can use this as a very important part for the group discussion. Even 19 has said, now these are connecting line. Now, what has happened? 18 again is like that you have appreciated. So, 18 will also be, 19 will be there. Got it, not got it? Yes or no? So, learn. Candidate must give objective, clear, moving towards a common story. Suppose there is a chaos. Somebody has gone to some other part. Then you can say, friends, that's beautiful. But if we come back to the main part, as the picture is this, why not we do this? Now this way you have come back to the objective. You have come back to the main point. You have come back what is should be done. Clear, not clear? So this is something which you got to do. Now we come down. Candidate must observe certain behavioral pattern which will present candidate's disciplined behavior coupled with wisdom. Now, you should behave, not get belligerent. Okay, I think this can be done. And why don't we use this approach? Now, when you're using wisdom as well as speaking systematically without hurting others, you do well. That is what I mean by this. Is it clear? Now, this is the end of the thing. I hope you have learned something out of this. Revise this again and again and do world of good for you. You will understand. You still have doubts, you can come back to me. The books are on in the Amazon. The name of the book is SSB Master Notes. It's by a team of 10 officers, of course headed by Honorable Brigadier Chandel sir, as well as the other people who have combined together to write the best of the part for all sections. Yes, certain new books for different sections are coming up. We are coming up with Mastering Lecturate, Mastering Group Discussion, Mastering Interview, and these all will help you to become a strong personality, become a wonderful person. God bless you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.